Lately, I don't know if you've noticed, but I've definitely noticed that a lot of people are talking about building personal brands. And at first, I didn't really understand it. I was like, oh, like, what is this about? Like, do we have to build a personal brand? And what's the reason behind it and whatnot? Like, when you first get into a space, you're very new to it. You just don't understand the whole concept. But obviously, listening to people like Andrew Kirby, William Brown, Alex Hormozi, Dan Cole, and yeah, at first it's quite hard to understand why they're saying it, but the way I like to see it now is just think of it like this, right? So let's say you're standing at a market, let's say you've got a product to sell, or you're standing, on a stage or something like that. Imagine selling to like single files where people are coming to you one by one and you have to sell yourself to that person like in a one-to-one communication style basically. Whereas imagine if you had like a crowd of people where they could see you up on stage and they could hear your pitch and they could see what you're selling, and someone from the crowd can just raise their hand and they'll be like, oh yeah, I want to buy your stuff. That's how I see what building a personal brand is. Let's say you're creating content around a skill that you know. Imagine having to do cold DMs to people or cold emails, like doing outreaches like that, telling people, oh yeah, I've got this service, do you want to buy it? And then everyone's just like, no, no, no. And then one person out of like hundreds, thousands say, oh yes, I'll buy your stuff. It's just very time consuming, right? Whereas if you build your personal brand around, let's say, I don't know, fitness, video editing, copywriting, sales, whatever it is that you're good at, you will be able to reach out to a larger audience. And I'm not saying, on your videos you have to get millions of views to be able to sell a product. I'm talking, let's say even 300 people is a lot of people. And I think that's what people forget sometimes when they look at like, some entertainment videos or even sometimes educational videos, and they look at the views that they're getting, they're like, oh wow, they're getting thousands or millions of views, whereas I'm only getting 300 views. Just see it like 300 people have engaged to your video, so it must be valuable in some sense, right? Because getting one person to listen to you is hard enough. Imagine having 300 people in a room. I always like to think of it like this, right? I've got 50 views on this video, but it's not just 50 views, it's 50 people viewing my video. So let's say I had a product to sell to them. I would like to think at least one person out of the 50 people would buy my product, right? So that's how I see the personal brand thing going now. And I'm going to go into more reasons why we should all look to build a personal brand around a skill that we're already good at. So one of the first things I've got is networking, right? Like I explained to you guys earlier, imagine selling to single files and then imagine selling to a crowd of people. So sometimes, let's say you're a video editor and you're making content around like how to edit like Ali Abdaal, how to edit like Iman Ghazi and whatnot. You might not be able to maybe sell to your audience. Maybe they haven't got the money to buy your product. Whereas if you create content and you become quite popular in that niche, there will be other people. So let's say a content creator, he might just come across your page, or I don't know, a company like Skillshare or whatever, and they might be like, you know what, you're very good at explaining certain things, you're very good at this niche, can we have you make a course for us? So let's say I'm talking about Skillshare, can you make a course for us? Or there might be a content creator out there, looking at video editors or whatever, and then they come across your page because you're one of the top creators in video editing, and they might reach out to you saying, oh, I'm not here to like buy your product, but I'm here to buy your service, or I would like you to edit my videos. Are you open to the opportunity? So networking becomes a lot easier. Also, just think of it like this: if you now go to build a community around video editors, then you'll be able to connect with so many other video editors. They will link you to other people. It's just a way better way of networking with people, just because you put yourself out there to create content rather than be behind the screen and just cold emailing people and nobody knows you. And obviously we know there's so many different ways of building a personal brand. You can do it faceless, you can do it with your face, but I prefer the face because it's just build a lot more trust. So yeah, to wrap that point out, you can showcase your skill to a lot of people instead of just doing one-to-one cold email or cold DMs and whatnot. So yeah, I genuinely think it's a lot better to create content around a skill that you're good at and show to like millions of people out there, especially if they're using YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, whatever it is you want to build your personal brand around. you're better off doing it like that than doing cold DMs and cold emails. Secondly, with a personal brand, it gives you so many other opportunities. You can obviously, companies reach out to you, like I said earlier. You can sell one of your own products. So I'm going to carry on with the video editing topic. So let's say with video editing, you might provide a service to people. You might be like, look, I can coach you for 7 days or something, and I can make you a very good video editor in 7 days instead of you having to go through so many YouTube videos and learn that way. I can coach you for 1 month. You've got a 1 month package. You can maybe sell a product like, I don't know, assets, or I don't know, like lots or whatever. There's so many other ways to monetize your audience. And also, when you're getting thousands of opportunities, you're obviously networking with a lot of people because of the different opportunities that you're able to do. Like, let's say now you're a video editor, right, and you're making a decent amount of money, then you can obviously teach other people how to do the same thing that you've just done as well. So yeah, can you see where I'm going with this? Because you've done one thing, it allows you to network with someone else, then that allows you to get another opportunity. So it's just opportunity after opportunity. Just because you've been able to put yourself out there, showcasing your skills, and people just like what you've been able to teach them, and yeah, they're willing to work with you basically. The third point I've got is the skills that you can learn from building a personal brand. So like I am doing right now, I'm building a YouTube channel, right? So with a YouTube channel, you need to create a banner, you need to learn how to make thumbnails, you need to learn how to edit your videos, you need to learn how to like maybe monetize your audience. There's a lot of skills that comes with it. You need to learn how to speak. There's so many, there's too many, like time management and whatnot. You know where I'm trying to get at. With all those skills, imagine the type of person you will become. And this is why I've even started to build my personal brand, and I've even started to build this business basically of content creating, building personal brands and whatnot, because I know with this I can become a better version of myself because of all the skills that I'll be learning from creating content. When you first get started, nothing's going to come to you naturally, nothing's going to come to you quickly, but it's just a matter of time, and eventually something will click for you, something will happen for you, and things will get easier. And the reason I'm saying this is because, I don't know if you can tell, I've been hitting the gym for a very long time. I was very skinny before, and from what I can remember, I remember the first 2 years being very difficult, like building muscles, learning how much calories to eat, learning what to eat and whatnot. But eventually I got there, and after the 2-3 years, it became really easy. So yeah, if you're someone really interested in like, you know, self-growth and like self-development, I genuinely think building a personal brand really helps because of the skills that you learn with business, time management, speaking, and everything that I already mentioned. And the last thing I want to mention was, even if you're not the best at doing something, you can just document your journey. So if you guys have seen Iman Ghazi's channel from the beginning, where he started with the fitness content, then he moved on to like building an agency or growing Instagram pages, he was just documenting what he was doing to basically make money and stuff. And eventually when he, you know, grew his agency, he was doing really well in that space, people wanted to get help from him, then he started eventually selling a course. So can you see, it's like step by step. So when it comes to documenting your journey, you don't have to, let's say with the video editing example, you don't have to be the best at video editing. You can just show people, okay, this is what I've learned recently, so I would like to teach you guys as well. So let's say with like this channel right now, like I've recently learned the fact that, oh, personal branding is very important. So I thought, okay, let me come here and let me make a video about personal branding. And before creating this video, I made a video about how to create content while working a full-time job. I'll leave a card somewhere up there or up there, whatever, and yeah, go check that video out. It was a video that I made recently. So yeah, this is something that I enjoy talking about. This is something that I'm not obviously very big at right now, but this is something that I'm learning and I would like to teach other people. So I'm documenting my journey of teaching other people about personal branding. So let's say you're a video editor, like I said, let's stick to that example. So you could be like, okay, recently I learned how to edit like Iman Ghazi on CapCut or After Effects, whatever it is that you learn on. You would like to teach other people. So you come on YouTube and you teach people how you edit like Iman Ghazi. And then eventually you'll get comments saying, oh, that was really helpful. You might even potentially get a message saying, oh, I would love your one-to-one help on doing this because I'm very stuck on this topic, or I'm very stuck on this stage. And yeah, you could genuinely go out there and help people with the skill that you're really good at. or even if you're not good at, you've already learned this skill, you already know the steps, and you can help someone that's like one stage below you. So yeah, to wrap up that last point, you don't need to be the best at something, and it's completely fine. You just need to document what you've learned recently so you can teach the person that's below you or someone on the same level as you. And yeah, just share your thoughts on what you've learned and how you learned it, and just showcase your skills like that. And then eventually you create videos after videos, and then you'll start to get some attraction, and people will start to see, you know what, this person started from somewhere and now they've gone to this stage, so they clearly know what they're talking about. So maybe in the beginning as a video editor, you might just know how to I don't know, drop a file to CapCut, or you might just be able to know how to add b-rolls or something very simple. But there are people out there who don't know how to do that, so you can be the person that teaches them. And then you learn more advanced skills, and then you start teaching someone behind you. So yeah, you don't need to be the best at something. As long as you're working on something, as long as you're learning something, you can teach the person behind you. So those were the 4 biggest reasons why I believe everyone should build a personal brand in 2024. This is something that I'm doing, and I thought I would come on here and teach you guys something about this space. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.